So this is a introduction for how to do basic audio recording because I don't think a lot of people are aware of how much time and effort it takes to actually record tracks. This is going to be for specifically for guitar. I don't know about drums, MIDI piano, things of that nature. I don't record any of that stuff. I have a MIDI piano, but I don't use it very often. I don't use it enough and I don't use it often enough to give insight on how to do things with it, but this is just how to do it for guitar. We are going to be using a program right here called Audacity. This is a program, I don't know why it keeps pulling up over there, but hold on one moment. Okay, this is called Audacity. This is a completely free program. You can Google it, download it for either Windows or Mac. It's been around for quite some time. I have used this program for about 20 years. Right before I started playing guitar, I was using this to record, to cut ringtone tracks back in the day, if anyone remembers that. I was cutting them and selling them for people because Verizon and everyone else was charging $1 for the tracks. I was charging 50 cents and then, a quarter afterwards, for cutting ringtones for specific parts for people, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so this is Audacity. You have your basic setup up here. Then you have your buttons, which they used to, back in the day, they used to be like right through here type thing, but it had some type of a software update recently, so now it's all up here. But yeah, you have your basic, you have your pause, play, stop, go back, go to the end, record, loop, things of that nature. This is what we will be using. The same basic principle applies to all DAWs, digital audio workstations, DAWs, but I am the most comfortable using Audacity. I also use Pro Tools, but that is a totally different animal, and I'm not going to be getting into that today. That's a whole nother process. It damn near takes a college degree to use Pro Tools. If you know, you know. But anyways, we're going to fire up Audacity right here. You are going to want to go to Audio Setup. You're going to click this. You are going to have two different things you need to look at. You're going to look at playback device. The playback device is going to be the device that you use to listen to stuff. So primary sound driver. In a hypothetical situation, if you plug a HDMI cord into there and you run your sound through a sound bar, if you plug in headphones and use headphones, if you use Bluetooth and use Bluetooth headphones. By the way, for recording audio, I really highly advise against Bluetooth audio because there's an input latency. Some people say they don't have an input latency issue. I say, fuck you, you're wrong. But that's just me. So we got playback devices. And then once that's set, you're going to go to recording device. Mine is Line in Axe-Fx. Recording device, pretty self-explanatory. It's the device that you're going to use to record your sound. If you have like an amp, I have a Boss Katana amp sitting right over here. If you plug that in, it'll show up as Boss Katana amp, whatever amp. If you have a USB microphone that you're using because you're miking an amp, it should say USB microphone or something to that nature. Make sure that that is selected. If things are not popping up, you might have to go down to here. This is Windows 10, by the way. I don't know shit about Windows 11. I've never used it, never touched it, don't plan to. Anyways, you're going to go down here, right, the little speaker that's down here, right-click it, open sound settings. This window pops up. You're going to want to go over to sound control panel, which is right here. And then this window pops up. Now, for playback, you're going to want to make sure that whatever sound source you're using to listen to it, in my case, it's a Samsung soundbar. You're going to want to make sure you click that, set as default. Mine's already set as default, so I don't need to do that. For recording, if that device does not by default, switch over to that, click on it. Example, line 6, Axe-Fx 2, default device, click that, go down here, set as default. So that shit should all be, good to go. Close this out. Now we are back on Audacity. There is one other random thing that I very, very, very strongly advise you do. Go up here, the second option from the left, edit. Go down to preferences. This window pops up. go to recording. It's the third one down. 1, 2, 3. Recording, where it says record on a new track, because what's going to happen if you do not have that selected, it's going to record over whatever track you have selected, wherever your little timestamp anchor is set at that moment. We'll get to that eventually. Wherever that anchor is set at, that is where it will by default start recording. And if you hypothetically recorded something and you want to record the next track, if you click hypothetically halfway through that track, it will just start recording over what you just recorded. It's a pain in the ass. It's annoying as fuck to deal with. Just click record on a new track. Go down to, okay, click that. I don't need to because mine's already selected. Again, you don't have to, but I very, very, very strongly advise it. Okay, so these buttons up here, this is where pretty much your bread and butter are all going to be. You got pause. Pause will be on your keyboard. It'll be the space bar. Play will also be your space bar. You just need to hit space bar. You don't need to hit control, space bar, anything like that. Just hit space bar, you know. Space bar. Stop. I don't, off the top of my head, remember what the hotkey is for stop is. I don't typically use that very often. I usually just use the pause and play. The button to go all the way back to the very start is your home button on your keyboard. It'll typically be on the right hand side. If you have a number pad on your keyboard, it should be either right above that or to the left, up and to the left of that, in between where your letters and your number keys are on the right hand side of your keyboard. All the way to the end, it should be the end button right next to the home button, and record will be R. R. You hit R, and then that will enable the recording process. So what I typically like to do if I'm not playing along to a backing track, here, let me show you how to drop a backing track into here. If you get a track off of YouTube and you like the way it sounds, but you want to add stuff to it, like I want to add a guitar track to it. Copy it to your desktop. That's a whole nother process, but right here, E minor, cinematic, blah, blah, blah. Click it, drag it into here, and it will be 100% visible. Okay, now, the next thing that you're going to want to do is a thing called leveling the volume. Up here in the top right corner, you'll see where the little microphone is and the playback. The playback one, that's underneath the microphone, is the one that you are going to want to pay attention to. So you're going to, let me turn this down a little. Okay, 60, 20, that's not terrible. You're going to want to play this back. Okay, now where you see the green lines that are flickering, the top one is the left and the bottom one is the right. You're going to want to increase your volume over here. You're going to want to increase that volume until that green monitoring level is between green and orange. So it's all green right now. You're going to want to click it. This is called a decibel level, your volume, aka decibel level. Well, decibel level, aka volume. But anyways, you're going to want to increase that until that is right between green and yellow, where it's spiking. You do not want that to be red. If it's red, it's too loud. When it goes to play back to your speakers, if it's red, here, I could show you. Yeah, it's way too fucking loud. You need to lower it. It's gonna hurt people's ears when they're listening to it. Okay, so that's all good to go. This is how you generate, like, let's say you want to just, like, you have an idea in your head for a guitar track that you want to lay down. I very strongly recommend you go up to Generate, Rhythm Track. It used to be called a click track, a pluck track, and then it got changed to Rhythm Track. You click Rhythm Track. This whole window pops up. You can modify whatever you want in here. I myself don't modify anything. I just don't feel the need to. I mostly just need to get the idea down. I don't really care about the beats per minute or anything like that. I know a lot of people are sticklers for that. Like, I like to follow the beats per minute. Okay, you do you, whatever. I don't particularly care. Hit generate. and it generates all these lines. And these lines, you'll see them. There's one right here you don't really see. That's the start of it. It goes. The bigger lines are a higher frequency noise. Here. Yeah, that's clicking you in. When you go to record music, I very strongly advise you just get used to hearing. This is called a metronome, a click track. If you've ever heard say we were playing along to a click track or we weren't playing along to a click track, this is what they're referring to. Yes, I very strongly advise you just get used to hearing that. When it comes to recording music, you're going to hear that a lot. Some bands don't use click tracks. Whatever floats your boat, I don't personally care. That's just a click track, and it's something that a lot of people use for recording. I use it for basically, I used to use 4 clicks, but whenever I would hit it and I would feel like rushed to come back and get myself into position, be ready to play. I do 8, but I will let you know, the first time that you drop this in, like I'll show you. The first time that you drop this in, I don't know why it does this, but if you hit spacebar right now, it will actually not play the first click, and it'll kind of throw you off timing-wise. It'll just, like, I'll show you. See, it won't play the first one. I mean, it played that one that time. I don't know why it does that, but the very first time you fire this up, it will not play that first click. I don't know why, it just does that. But that's just the basic introduction of how Audacity works. The next one, we're going to be actually physically laying tracks down.